Okay, well, thanks for that one there, Martin. The last race here from Chepstow is obviously race 5 on the trials day, and it's a 3-mile hurdle. So number 1 is Radio Missile for Alex Cherry, 2 in James Derek Hinton, 3 Conquers for Graham, 4 Eights the Fences for Joshua, Spanish Steps is number 5 for Martin, 6 Tower of London for Paul Rhodes, 7 Finium for Tam King, St Orange for Mr Thompson, Rutherglen for David Robertson, 10 is James Delight for Ghost Supper, 11 Cool Cat for Kevin Meanahan, and Dolly for Stu Gray is number 12. They're already away here. And straight into the first hurdle here at Chepstow. Soft conditions. And there's a few here. One coming out of the pack that looks like wants to take it up is Ghost Sapper's James Delight. I think she's a returning horse from last year. Whether she was in John's stable come the start of the season, we'll see. But it's taken a 4 to 5 lengths as they swing left-handed here. From the remainder of the pack, which are pretty closely knit. Just 2 at the rear looking for a bit of space now is Spanish Steps and in James coming over towards the row so they don't go too wide. The one furthest widest of all at the moment is a Rutherglen. One just sticking out and taking second of me is Eights the Fences, also a returning horse from last year. Pretty sure hasn't made Josh's new stable. So it's still James Delight that leads us by about 5 from wide Rutherglen. Inside of that is Eights the Fences from Tower of London. One against the fence is Cool Cat. And we've got Radio Missile. In fact, it's Radio Missile, sorry, against the fence. And it's Cool Cat just behind the Kevin Meehan. Wider out is Graham's. I'm not sure what horse that is. Conquers. And they finally get to the second hurdle and everyone's over that. And just behind Conquers is the Great Finium. And they're followed through by 4 horses. They're all just being pushed along a little bit. St Orange, Dolly, In James and Spanish Steps. But up front, it's still James Delight that leads us. Gets to the third, skips over it well. As does the rest of them. Although again, at the rear, both Dolly and Spanish Steps having to be pushed along and keep their mind on the game. They get to the 4th of the 12. Everybody skips over that as well. Still in the row, Spanish Steps being ridden along. Not enjoying the conditions here today. But it's James Delight that still leads us by about 4. From Rutherglen, who's still sticking out wide as they go to the 5th. Everybody skips over that. What's moved out wide is Dolly as they come into the straight for the first time. Which will be, I think they're approaching what will be the last next time round. Oops, and we're upside down there. Oh no, it wasn't. That was the last. We're coming up to the winning post. It's James Delight that leads from Rutherglen. We've got Radio Missile against the fence and Eats the Fences alongside Tower of London, Cool Cat, St Orange. You can see how a few of them are going quite wide here. Widest of all is Dolly. And still at the rear is Spanish Steps and being pushed along quite often. We go downhill here. Swing left-handed. It's still James Delight from Rutherglen. Eights the Fences and Radio Missile are the 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got the grey against the fence, Finium, having a fairly plumb ride. And James in the pink silks poking his head through for Derek Hinton. And it's followed by Cool Cat. Finium's just on the inside of Dell's in James. One against the fence now, Spanish Steps at the rear. They get to the 6. Everybody's over it. Dolly just being a bit of a dolly at the back. So it's still James Delight that leads us. Been there since the beginning. A pillar to post win maybe here for John Morgan. So he still leads by about 3 to 4 to Rutherglen and Eights the Fences. And the one leading the chasing pack is Tower of London for Paul Rhodes. Up against the fence is Radio Missile. Outside of that is In James. They get to the 7th. Everybody's over that. And it's James Delight, Rutherglen and Eights the Fences, just 2 to 3 lengths between them at the moment. The rear, it's still Dolly and Spanish Steps. They approach the 8th, which is 5 from home. Everybody's over that as well. Still being pushed along with the 2 at the rear, Spanish Steps and Dolly. Soft conditions here. It's the last one at Chepstow. And it's James Delight that's going to lead them into this top half of the bend from Rutherglen in 2nd. Eights the Fences is 3rd. Tower of London is 4. Being pushed along against the fences in James and 5. Out wider is Conquers. In between those 2 is St Orange. And followed through by the grey Finium. Radio Missile against the fence. And we've got Cool Cat. And one's been pulled up here, Spanish Steps. Didn't enjoy the race. But up front there's a bit of a change here. Tower of London's gone taken a 4 or 5 length advantage out of the pack here. Still 6 furlongs left to run, but he's decided to go for home already in the soft conditions. So it's Tower of London, leads by about 10 now from Rutherglen under a bit of pressure, as is Eights Defences and Jane's Delight. I think he may well have stole a march here. Jockey's looking round, but it's Tower of London leads comfortably. Jockey just hands and heels at the moment, but here comes Eights Defences and Rutherglen to break up the distance, so they're over the 9th. Big jump there by Eights Defences, cutting in, but he's still in second. Tower of London under a little bit of pressure, gets ridden along. Jockey looks round again, so it's still Tower of London. 3 furlongs left to run and a couple left to jump, so it's Tower of London from Eights Defences, Rutherglen, St Orange, Jane's Delight are all running on, and now Eights Defences takes it up from Tower of London, who didn't particularly get over that hurdle very well. Only got 2 left to jump. He's over the penultimate, and it's now Eights Defences that takes advantage of about 5 to 6 lengths. Strange race, this one. So it's Eights Defences that leads by about 7 or 8 from the running on St Orange for D. Thompson. Gets to the last, nips over it. Eights Defences doesn't want to take too much time here because being chased down hard by St Orange. Dolly's been pulled up. So it's still Eights Defences that leads inside the final half furlong. I don't think he's going to get caught here. So it's Eights Defences by about 3 to 4 to St Orange in second. Third running on well now is James Delight, who had a long lead. Fourth home is Tower of London. In James, I think it's 5. Finium 6. So a strange 3-mile hurdle that for here, but it's Eights Defences for Joshua that takes it. St Orange for Darren Thompson is second. 3 is James Delight for John Morgan. 4th is Tower of London for Paul Rhodes, and 5th was In James for Derek Hinton.